All right, folks, this is day 20, so almost 3 weeks into my training plan here. On the very first video on this channel, 20 days ago, well, it was put up a little after the fact, but 20 days ago, I did a kind of like a physique look and a weigh-in, and we checked kind of how I looked, what my body was like, and I said, I'm going to try to start gaining some mass, getting back in shape. So this is 20 days later. So if you haven't seen that first video, go and take a look at it. Take a look at what my physique was like. I was lighter. We've done the weigh-in videos. So if you've been watching, you know I've been gaining weight. But let's just see how my overall physique looks compared to how it did back then. So right away, I think you can tell I'm much more muscular. All right, so we'll just do kind of a general from the front. Chest is much bigger. Shoulders are obviously much bigger. Arms as well, if you go take a look. Right. Again, I like to do videos because, well, I can't Photoshop. I can't alter them, right? This is, you're going to see me looking how I look. There's no filter or anything like that. Let's take a look at the legs. Now, you can see the upper body is much bigger. The legs, not as much so, but they are thicker. All right. Okay. Glutes especially have, if you go look at my other video, glutes have gotten bigger. They're big and full there. Look at that bad boy. And, let's also see if I flex. That's just me kind of relaxing. If I flex, you can tell there is a great deal more mass than there was previously. Look at that tricep and shoulder there. Yeah, look at the back. All right, so you can see my left tricep's better than my right one. Right. Upper abdominal muscles kind of coming in. Obliques coming in. You can really see all that there. Lats, right, rhomboids, all that. Teres muscles, all very visible. So you can also see like my fat layer, especially around my shoulders and arms, is a little thinner. Skin's a little more taut than it was. Remember before it was super, it's still pretty stretchy. I've always had stretchy skin, but you can see I'm not like an empty bag, an empty sack with some bones and shitty muscle in it, all right? And even my midsection is trimmer, right? So in addition to the size, I've definitely lost a little bit of fat now. For me, this is the problem area. This is still here. This is gonna be here. It's very difficult for me to get rid of that. So I'll probably get my top 4 looking really good in another 2-3 weeks, but unless I really do a serious weight cut, which I don't plan on doing, I'm not gonna lose that lower body fat. It's just, I don't blame it on my genetics. I can do it. It's just difficult for me. They certainly make it harder. Now the legs, as I've stated, are not as big as they should be. The quads especially. I said the glutes definitely gained some size. You can see the little hip muscles up there. But I'm not gonna be getting my legs back for a little while. For some reason, whenever I do, like on a bender, I stop eating, all that shit, my legs are the first things to fall apart and they're the last things that kind of come back. I'm not sure why that is. I've heard the muscle tissue in the legs tends to respond like to insulin insensitivity, to metabolic disorders before the upper body does. I've heard that. Is that really true? I don't know. I think it was some guy on Joe Rogan's podcast, some endocrinologist was talking about it, but I've heard that. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I think maybe because I have a shorter training history with my legs. That's my opinion. I in high school, I was concerned about having big arms, and a big chest, but I didn't think too much about my legs. And then as I became more of an athlete, I'm like, oh shit, you need strong legs to be an athlete. So they have less training history than my upper body. Maybe that's why they respond slower and my body gets rid of them. Maybe it's because I sit on my ass and lay in bed intoxicated for weeks at a time without eating, and I figure, my body goes, well, we're not using these muscles. Whatever the case. But so there you have it. Again, let's give it one more, most muscular here. And again, I'm not a bodybuilder. But if I was lifting like a bodybuilder, I'd be even bigger. But I certainly have, I think, in 20 days, made quite a difference. All right, so you can do it. Right, now it's easy for me because I have a big training history. And this is natural. I'm not taking any prescription medications. I'm not taking any illicit drugs. I'm not taking any hormones. I'm not taking any pre-hormones. Well, that depends on if you consider pine pollen and marl root a pre-hormone, because they do have hormonal activities in the body, but no drugs, no steroids, nothing like this. It's all done with diet, supplementation, and my sleep can definitely improve. That's something I got to work on too, but it's done by regulating my behavior and my diet and my exercise properly. So there you go. I think that's a pretty good comparison. If you haven't checked out that first video, check it out. So understand that in a short period of time, you can make a big difference, and it's going to get bigger. I'm nowhere near the weight I want to be. I want to pack on 10 more pounds at least. All right, so there you have it, our second physique comparison. All right, and hey, the sky is the limit. Let's see what the true depths of my power really are.